Hey there, thank you so much for coming back to watch today's video. So I have my very first holiday makeup that I want to share with you. It's from e.l.f. and I picked up the Celestial Winter eyeshadow palette and also the Simply Enchanted face palette. So if you'd like to see this go on, first impressions review, if I think that they're worth the money, then please keep on watching. Okay, so I'm sorry if I'm a little out of it. I just got back home from an endoscopy about an hour ago, but I wanted to film and I film daily, so sorry if things get a little weird. But anyway, okay, so I have my base makeup on, my brows done, and I also have eyeshadow primer on. I kind of want to go in with the eyeshadow palette first, and I have to say the packaging is stunning. Really, really pretty. So I'm glad that they released a new palette this year because the last 2 years in a row they released the same palette. And I accidentally bought it last year and it was, yeah. So I'm glad that they did come out with a new palette. e.l.f. does have a ton of holiday kits and stuff. I'll go and show you what some of them look like. But these are $10 each. So, I don't know how I feel about this one being 10 bucks. I can kind of understand the face palette being 10 bucks, but the eyeshadow palette, I don't know, that seems a little expensive, just in my opinion. But I do have to say, I think this looks like a really, really pretty palette. So we got a lot of cool tones here, and then we do have 3 neutral, warmish tones. So I definitely think you could use these 3 shades to maybe this shade right here to do kind of a more neutral, warm look if you don't like cool tones. So I swear I think one of these is a duochrome. I think this one right here is a duo, which I might want to use this one on my lid. Yeah, I definitely think this one's kind of a duochrome. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start with this shade on my lid just because my eyeshadow primer is still a bit tacky. So we'll just go ahead and put this on. But are y'all getting excited for the holiday season? I am, and then I'm not. Every year I try to really, really enjoy the holiday season, and I don't know, I just feel like every year something happens where I can't fully enjoy it, but that's a really, really beautiful shade. I definitely think it has it goes from blue to purple. So it's a nice duochrome. Sometimes I do like to build my lid first and then go in and do transition and everything, but very pretty. Okay, I'm going to go in with this white kind of glittery shade. It's definitely a different type of texture. A little chunky, which I personally don't mind chunkier shadows. That's just me though. And I'm going to go ahead and, ooh, that is pigmented. I'll put that on my inner corner. Kind of chunking up a little bit. I think I'll be able to get it blended out, but I think if you have any kind of eye texture, you might want to skip out on this one, on the eye. But so it is pretty. It's very bright, but I don't know. I just feel like it's a little, adds a lot of texture to the lid. Got that put on. I'm going to go ahead and start building my outer corner. I think, I think I'm going to go in with this shimmery blue shade right here. It's the darkest in the palette, and hopefully packed on. Hopefully it won't look too glittery. It's fine if it does, but none of these shadows have a ton of fallout, even with the finger, but picked up very nicely on the brush. pretty. Nice pretty blue. I'm just going to go with a crease brush and try to get this blue blended a little bit into that crease. I think I am, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll try this, I guess I'm going to try this periwinkle right here. I'm going to see if I can get that built into my crease a little. I'm just going to go with the fluffy brush and just go over that edge. Use a tiny bit of that dark blue that we used in the outer corner. I'm going to smoke that out just on the lower lash line a bit. I don't want it super smoky, just a little bit of definition. Okay, so I just went ahead and threw on some mascara. I used the Ulta Beauty Lash Flash mascara, and then I threw on some Milani Ludicrous lip gloss in Charmed. So let's go to try the face palette. So in this face palette, you get 2 highlighters, 2 bronzers, 2 shimmer blushes, and 2 matte blushes. So not bad. Once again, it still has the same like outside packaging as the eyeshadow palette, and I'm excited to try this. I've tried a few face palettes from e.l.f. and they've been okay, so I'm hoping this one's going to be good. The dang sticker. Okay, so just the regular matte black packaging, holographic. So these are the 2 highlighters. I'm going to guess these are the 2 shimmer blushes. Maybe, I don't know. I can't tell which are the bronzers, but maybe these 2 are bronzers. So I'm going to go highlighters, bronzers, shimmer blushes, matte blushes. That's my guess anyway. Let's go ahead and try, sorry, let me just grab some brushes really quick. Okay, I'm going to go in with this bronzer. Everything looks incredibly light except for this highlighter right here. So I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we shall see. Not a lot of kick up in the pan, which is good. I'll do swatches of both palettes after we're done with the look, but so far, bronzer's okay. I think if you are much darker than me, I don't know if that first bronzer shade will show up on you. I guess we can go in with the second bronzer, even though it looks pretty orange. I'll try to just go ahead and I know like the camera doesn't always pick up what's actually happening. I have a small amount of definition, small amount of color. Like this side looks okay. This side's like, I don't know. Bronzer's not my favorite. I'm gonna be real honest there. Let's go in with a blush. I think I'm gonna try this matte blush right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, this one does have a little bit more kick up. Okay, that blush is pretty. Okay, so that blush was decent. Let's go ahead and go in with the highlighter. I'm going to go in with this lighter shade here. And And usually e.l.f. highlighters are okay, so. Okay, it looked a little dark in the pan, but I think it works. Very pretty. That's a nice highlighter. Okay, let's go to do some swatches. Okay, so highlighters are very, very soft. So that highlighter right here, the darker of the two, I think that it would do okay on medium deep skin tone. I think if you're deeper than that, then I think that would be an issue. But highlighters are pretty. I'll go in and swatch the bronzers next. So again, everything feels really soft. So here's the first one I used right here, and then there's that more warm toned one. Okay, so shimmer blushes. And then lastly, the matte blushes. Okay, so this one is the one I wore on my cheek, so it's very kind of natural. And then here's a nice peachy one. Wow, you can barely see the one I put on. These two right here. Okay, let me leave my thoughts on the face palette till after we're done swatching some of these eyeshadow colors. So there's this really beautiful turquoise one right here. Same kind of texture as the white one we put on our inner corner. Once again, it's that kind of texture that might enhance some texture issues on the lid. Oh, that's pretty. That looks like a duochrome as well. Really pretty gold. Very, very pretty. Okay, so definitely have some thoughts. I'll start with the eyeshadow palette first. I think the eyeshadow palette is beautiful. I really, really like it. These two shades right here, like I said, if you have some textural issues on the eyelid, it will enhance that. But I don't think it's a bad formula. I've had that type of formula before, and you know, it's an okay formula. Not everyone will like that formula because it will accentuate crepiness on the eyelid. Um, Besides that, I think the rest of the shades are beautiful, pigmented, easy to blend. I like the duochrome shade I used on my lid. So I think it's a really pretty icy palette, but you do have those three neutrals that you could easily do, a more neutral eye look, throw in some more neutral shades if you don't want like the pinky blue, those types of shades. So I like the palette. Worth $10? No, but I think it is a decent palette. The outside packaging is beautiful, and yeah, so nice holiday packaging. The face palette, I think, is super disappointing. It isn't that pigmented. I mean, everything really, really has to be built up if you want any kind of color to show. Highlighter, the one I used, is nice. It's decent. I think if you are much darker than me, I don't think this palette is going to work for you, which is disappointing. I'm pale, light. I'm like what? Light? I don't know what you would describe my skin tone as. I'm not like paper white, but I'm not tan, I'm not medium. I'm pale. And I struggle to get the bronzer to show up very much at all. Blush colors, while they're nice, they're not going to show up on skin tones much deeper than mine. So really, really disappointed with the face palette. I would not recommend the face palette. Still, in my opinion, they still can't get the face palette down. It'd be nice if the formula was a little bit nicer, if the pigmentation was a little bit nicer, and it would be amazing if they would have come out with two options, like a light medium and a medium dark. You know what I mean? So they're kind of pigeonholing themselves into, you know, some issues here with not being extremely inclusive with all skin tones. Like I said, I don't know if there's much of the population that are my shade and lighter. You know, I definitely feel like there's more people that are darker than me, whether you're talking medium, tan, olive, deep, super deep, whatever. I don't know. I'm not impressed with the face palette at all. It's pretty disappointing. If I can do a return, I would definitely do a return on this because I will probably never reach for it again. That's how disappointing it is. So while the holiday packaging is cute, formula pigmentation is a no-go with the face palette. I think if you like the packaging, if you're looking for a cooler toned eyeshadow palette, I would definitely recommend picking up the eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palette is decent. It's nice. I did have like $4 off, so I was able to get this for what, $6 basically. I'm fine with paying that much. It's a $6 palette, $10 palette. No, e.l.f. is always having sales, even on holiday kits. So they'll be coming out with a sale pretty soon, most likely on holiday kits. I would definitely recommend signing up for their email list if you like any of the stuff I showed you that they do have, or if you like this palette. I would definitely recommend getting on their email list so that way you'll get notified with, hey, we have 25% off holiday stuff. You know, I would do that. So all in all, it's okay and it's not good. So I don't know. I am disappointed. The eyeshadow palette is nice. Don't like the price. The face palette is bad, in my opinion. So there we go. This is a real honest channel, and while I can get a lot of things to work for me, and while I'm like, oh yeah, it's okay, in my opinion, the face palette, no, I don't recommend it at all. But there we go. Happy early holiday, you know, whatever. We're going to be having some fun on this channel with holiday stuff, but I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up, share it. Let me know down below in the comments if you've seen any holiday stuff that you're going to be picking up for sure. Have you seen the e.l.f. holiday? What did you think of the other kits? I would love to know down below. And if you did enjoy today's video, I do upload 7 days a week all about budget beauty, whether it's makeup, skincare, fragrance, home decor, vlogs, all sorts of stuff. So make sure you subscribe if that sounds cool. And of course, you're welcome to follow me on my social media. I have Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I'll link it down below for you. And I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you have a great day. Another video should start autoplaying here in a moment. It might be one of mine. It might be somebody else's. But sit back, relax, and enjoy. And I'll see you here in just a sec.